more often than not, if your enemies are gonna get any information out of you, they're not gonna get it from your homies. They're probably gonna get it from a woman. Men see solace in women. Men are very emotional. If not, we're more emotional than women.
100%.
Exactly.
100%.
From a podcast studio in Johannesburg, South Africa, you are listening to What's the Relationship with your co-host Candace and
Lungi.
And our extra special guest, who unfortunately happens to be a man.
So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is the ultimate, aka Elmace, the face runs the face, the ultimate champion, and Goku of the Zulu race. What's happening? What's good?
Why did you have to rub your hands like that? Like,
I feel like you can't say unfortunately on this particular month. I feel like you need to be nice.
Rubbing hands like bread, man.
Yeah, but okay.
I can't wait to just talk about this myth. talking about fairy tales today.
Okay, so what we are talking about, wait. If you're looking for a podcast that talks about spice, everything nice, everything in Jolo, we hope we'll make a great pair. Today we are talking about, well, according to the male guest, we were talking about something that is a fairy tale, but it actually is a very serious thing.
These are very serious things, guys.
It is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, but it is also Pride Month.
Yeah, but today we are talking about the men.
The boy child.
The boy child. We're always attacked on this podcast by other men saying that we attack other men. And
So
we're just
giving
telling
you
it
the
like
platform.
it is. So it's fine today. Just
We're gonna have a Men's Day today.
It's a Men's
As
Day.
if it's not
It's all
Men's
about
Day
you.
every single day.
But the thing is, with this month, the fact that it changed to June this year.
That's the thing.
That's
When was it originally?
November.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
November was Testicular Cancer Awareness.
Well, it's kind of it's awareness for all types of things men go through.
Men related.
basically.
They just put everything in 1 month.
So they put the emphasis more on the balls.
I guess now.
Yeah.
Because he had to grow a beard, right, for November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, you don't shave anything.
You don't shave.
Don't
it's
shave
no
your
shave.
face.
Some people make it a no.
Oh no nut November.
No
nut November.
Gosh, you see, you guys,
Iconic.
it's just every single
No
day.
nut. It's no nut
Men's
November.
Day.
Yeah. It's
Which has no health
testicular-
benefits, by the way. Like this bust your nut, brothers, please.
Yes, it does.
Nah, it really does
According
not.
to which study?
Why? No, but why then do they say you
Maybe.
mustn't nut before a game?
You know the thing about men, we do it too much, especially if you're down bad, down horrendous. Then you tend to get addicted to it to the point that even when you finally get a female companion, then she can't outbeat you. Only you can beat your meat better than anyone else, So that's why it's there to stop men, to restrain them a bit. That's what No Nut November is
don't
about.
think
It's not
that's
literally
the
don't
truth.
nut. It's
According to which study?
my study.
Okay.
My own.
So we have
My
an
own.
expert
In my
from
own.
the Kevin Samuels University.
No, please.
Okay.
Nah,
Not
don't mention
that
that
Kevin.
name.
Why
Don't
not
mention that
Kevin
name.
Samuels
That's a
is
fraud.
not expert?
That's a fraud right there. Please.
Okay.
That's a
Please,
fraud.
not that dead man.
Listen,
All right, feature him, go
we're talking about men's mental health and the aspect of relationships and how often men don't take care of themselves.
Yes.
Then therefore it has an impact on the relationship. So obviously because you are
A man.
a man, we want to know, like, do you prioritize taking care of your mental health? Have you been in moments where, whatever specific condition, be it anxiety, depression, impacted your intimate relationships?
It impacts it all the time. I don't think women understand that as a man, as much as we have our benefits because of patriarchy, all of that stuff, the world around, especially if you're a black man,
Yeah.
Okay.
you feel pressure, not just from your partner at the
Yeah.
time, whether they're applying it or not.
Yeah.
You get the pressure to just be ndoda. You have to be there. And, be
And
the
where's
man.
that pressure coming from?
It's relative. The pressure can be high, can be low, depends on the
She's
environment. you're in.
asking where.
Where?
Yeah, I mentioned patriarchy. I'm not gonna lie. I mentioned
Okay,
it.
thank you.
And-
no,
and
I just wanted
to
that
make
to be
sure.
known.
Yeah.
But-
That's
we live in 2022.
all in all. It comes from the man. The man's pressure
The men's
comes from the
standards,
man.
Old men standards, like our
Yeah.
ancestors, not our own pressure. We were just born men.
Okay,
Yeah.
So it's
sure.
just not us. I didn't make the rules. I was just told that this
Yes.
is how it is.
Yes.
Right.
So you get pressure from your partner at the time, you get pressure from your mom, your family, all this, and society as a whole. Obviously, the societal stuff and family stuff, maybe it's cultural, depending on which tribe you're
Yes.
in, or societal's patriarchy. But now your partner can dictate for themselves what pressure to apply. Whether are they gonna amplify the standards set by patriarchy?
Yeah.
Or are they gonna help you ease it off? Because now women can work now. They can help. They can assist. I'm a firm believer in dual income
50-50.
households.
Same.
And also, there's a disclaimer, brothers. Dual income does not mean that you get to be a cheapskate and then you don't pull your end. Do the domestic work. Do the domestic work.
Yes,
Do the domestic
You're talking.
Take care of your partner.
You're talking.
Now it's a pressure of, and it's more financial. I don't think people understand. And you can ask any man.
Okay.
Most of the pressure will. If you gave me R1 million today, I won't stress.
Yes.
I will sleep soundly at night. My anxiety will be subsided. If it's money.
Isn't that because not you guys, but men are taught that you're not a man unless you can provide, right?
Not even like you're not a man. You don't have value.
That's a big one.
You don't have value. See, as a woman, you can be broke. That's why there's no slander on broke women.
Yeah.
None. None.
It's 2022.
No,
you can't say none.
No. When I say none, I mean in the sense that they don't get roasted.
Intimate relationships.
Exactly.
Yes, they do get roasted.
No, they don't.
I can see where he's coming from.
Go to run and hope.
No, there's being broke and
in
then
a
there's
relationship, there's often the expectation that a man needs to like always provide.
Yes,
and show up
sure.
Financially, right?
But we're talking about being roasted as a broke hand. That's what to run and hope. That's the roasting I'm talking about. Are we not familiar with that? So is that a nothing to people? Is that not a thing?
Please bear in mind, broke niggas get broke. They get toasted unprovoked. Literally, you wake up in the morning.
Fair.
Today, as of June 10th, 2022, woke up this morning. They said we are month-end men. Month-end
not
men.
month.
Pay to pay. Month-to-month men. Salary to salary men.
Who said that?
Obviously, woman. On the timeline. Timeline
Are
honeys.
these the same
Timeline
women?
bunnies.
Are these the same women that said it's not a salary unless it's 100K a month?
Yeah, myths, mythologies. Like people talk in this country as if we don't live in South Africa. I don't know which country you live. We live in South Africa, bro. Petrol's 25. Like even 50 rand can't get you 2 liters. Bro. Like come on.
Of milk, a 2 liter of milk.
Come on.
We live in one of the most unequal countries in the world. And so placing that burden on men is very, very difficult. And I think when we say a man needs to be a provider, in society we've often just placed it on financial, but where is the emotional provision? Where is the, the support, like showing up, right? Like showing up with money it's not enough. Because I can still feel your absence. Like sure, I have these nice, lovely things, or our kids are getting what they need to get. But your presence is so important. And I think often positive masculinity tends to focus on having presence.
Let's stop that right there. Let's stop that right there.
What's wrong with... Do you not think masculinity can be positive?
No.
There's elements of masculinity that can be positive. Why not?
Masculinity is like macho kind of stuff, all of that stuff. That thing is never, it was not created to be positive.
I think you're thinking hyper masculinity and toxic masculinity.
Pella, why would toxic masculinity be a term if positive masculinity didn't exist, right?
But what's positive masculinity?
Positive masculinity, well, let's look at toxic masculinity first. It's just the man being all macho in the name of being macho.
But that's masculinity.
Like, I'm a man because I'm a man. Like, everything must be given to me just because I have a penis, right?
Yeah.
This is the patriarchal aspect of the toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Positive masculinity can be, hey, I'm a man, but I can still take care of my feelings.
And I can still be whatever I want.
That's literally being a normal human being.
Exactly.
Can you see where the definition gets erased? It gets blurred.
True.
Because it's with men. Can you see where it gets blurred? Masculinity is not positive. It's like you don't cry, you're a man.
Yeah.
Men don't cry. You don't feel pain even though your arm is broken. You don't cry. Your arm is broken. Your fingers are whatever.
Yeah.
You can't
You're
cry.
4 years old, but
Boys don't cry. Boys don't
cry.
do this. All this other nonsense. That's masculinity. The lesson there is to toughen up and don't just be a crybaby. But that applies to both genders. There's absolutely no need for it to just apply to this young boy.
Right.
But that's not what's taught. That's why I said masculinity as a whole. The fact that it's only for men should tell you that it's nothing good is coming out of it. But do you not think it's
like, if I take examples of like the Instagram page Dope Black Dads, where they are rebranding an aspect of masculinity but in a positive light? because you can't really separate your. I mean, look, I will always say this: gender is fluid, and how you identify is how you identify. But the issue with hypermasculinity is that it expects you to remain in these boxes, and the moment you sort of delve away from if you're a deviant, then you're seen as weak, right? Whereas positive masculinity, in my opinion, is that you can be whatever you want to be because you identify as whatever you want it to be. You know, like I don't know. For me, I'm seeing a rebranding of it in a positive light.
There shouldn't be no rebranding. This is.
You think it should just be dismantled?
This is one of the greatest PR runs that we're seeing in history, man.
Why?
It's a PR run.
Okay.
Think of it like this. Didn't Gillette actually a few years was it? I don't know.
Yes,
they got in
I
trouble.
like that ad.
Yeah,
I love that ad.
But they got backlash from men. Like,
that was a great ad, though.
Great ad.
Like, nah. What are you teaching these boys, man?
But that's just the depiction of our society, isn't it? Because Gillette was trying to make you see, like, hey, this is positive masculinity.
Yeah.
And then they were like, nah, we keeping it real. Be and daughter. There's no such. That's what they did, right? That's what the men did. That's what the public did. But Gillette was giving society a chance to be like, hey, being a man doesn't mean slapping people, killing people, all of that. You can be soft and be a man.
Positive. What I'm looking at it, right? In terms of just understanding the conversation we're having when you're explaining and defining toxic masculinity, in that you have to be devoid of feeling and emotions, where positive masculinity is asking men to embrace that and be and see it as normal.
But do you know, with masculinity, it's not about you don't have feelings. No, when you're masculine, man, there's two emotions here.
Right.
Happy and angry.
True.
Can't be sad. Can't be depressed. Can't even feel mid. You can't even just feel like I'm alright.
Well,
you gotta be happy or you're angry.
Right.
You gotta be happy or you're angry. If you're happy, you know, that's when, you know, goings and last things. You're happy you made money. You're happy this, and it's aggressive anger. I mean, aggressive happiness.
Yeah.
And then it's aggressive anger. It's
What's aggressive happiness?
Have you ever seen men when they shake each other's hands and they're happy? You just sing slap. Handshakes, they're crushing your hands and stuff. It's just like, relax, brother.
You guys do like this chant. I don't know, like awaken, like your
aggressive happiness.
You
That's
know?
literally, you gotta show that. Gotta show that you're tough, and it's also dominant. And it's literally, and it's a dominance thing as well.
You see,
it's a dominance thing as well. See, there's nothing positive in masculinity. There's gotta be something. I have to dominate. Either I dominate the relationship or I dominate my friends, or I gotta be the alpha. I can't be the beta.
Right.
Why is that even a thing? We're not wolves, guys. We're human beings. We're not
primal
wolves.
Instincts,
We're not going in a line hunting and gathering.
Yeah.
That's not what we're doing. We're human beings just trying to live life.
Yeah.
But men always gotta do the pissing contest. They always gotta do my horse is bigger than your horse. They always gotta be like, oh, my bae is my bae.
But the thing is,
my girlfriend is hotter than your girlfriend. Oh, she's got a bigger ass than you.
But people see value in that. It's on both genders on that one. Some women do, and actually, it's the woman that men want to pursue that see value in this. Oh, my horse is bigger than yours. Oh, I got more money than this other, but I have more money than your man. Come to me. So I'm not going to be emotionally attached to you or nothing, but come here because I got money.
So my follow-up question is then, like, all these attributes you've been explaining and defining, how does that then contribute to relationships, like intimate partner relationships? When you're with someone, is there an element where you feel like you need to be with someone who's seen as a trophy to add to your...
And not an emotional, intelligent person? Where's that?
The thing is, men don't really talk about their relationships with other men because there's not really much to talk about.
You know what men do? Okay, zoom into my face, all right? Men will share each other's Vaseline more than they will share vulnerabilities, okay?
You guys all sleep with each other's girlfriends.
I was going to say...
share each other's feelings about that girl. I was fine with
Vaseline because the moment a man pulls out a Vaseline, then all of the... So, and I'm like, where's the sharing of vulnerabilities? Where's the sharing of emotions amongst you guys? But you're comfortable here with your...
You're comfortable with running trains.
Let me explain this now. We all know this term. There's ops.
Who are the ops?
Look,
who are the ops?
Men are ops to one another.
Okay.
Guys, you're okay.
Okay.
This is
Men
a
are
much
ops,
deeper
man.
problem.
These
Okay.
are no, they are.
This is sounding like the CIA operation.
Think
of
about it.
patriarchy.
You guys can go. I don't know if you guys still know if you encounter with your fathers, if they're still around. Ask them, how many friends do they have?
That's actually wild. Okay.
Ask them
Yeah,
how many
okay.
friends do they have. Your mother probably talks to more of her friends, even if she does, than your father. Your father will always hang out with the same people he's been hanging out with for 20 years.
Facts.
Literally, my dad had one friend. I only knew
Ops,
one
bro.
of him. One.
Ops, bro.
One.
You know why? Men are very selfish. A man will do whatever it takes to get ahead, even for his family, whatever, but more often for himself.
Okay.
So if
Okay.
I have to take you down, brother, to get what I need to, I will.
But
Whether it be
we're
a woman,
friends.
whether it be a job, whether it be, I will take you
And
out.
we're
this is
friend, though.
Masculinity
Yeah.
speaking. This
What
is-
does friend then I'm saying it's a much bigger issue because then what relationships are you having with each other? Like what
Men
are
don't
the
trust one
friend-
another, bro. You think
That's
women don't trust
wild.
men? You think women don't trust men?
That's
Men
wild,
don't
guys.
trust men.
How are you?
I can't-
This is why you guys are depressed. You guys are alone.
Who do you share your?
Who do you share your
Unless your
vulnerabilities with?
therapist.
Like you don't.
And yet, time if your
they-
therapist is
wait.
male, what's going on?
Think
What
about-
therapist is
Think
that?
about it like this. And this is for the brothers listening. I hope you guys hear this lesson. More often than not, if your enemies are gonna get any information out of you, they're not gonna get it from your homies. They're probably gonna get it from a woman. Men see solace in women. That's why women are now starting to fight back. Like, no, I'm not your mother, or no, you can't be emotionally only with me. You can't
Yes.
be just emotional with me. Because
Yes.
more often than not, nowadays, if you want information out of anyone or another man, whether it's emotional or you want to manipulate, blackmail, you get it from a woman. Homies aren't gonna say anything because you're not telling them anything to begin with.
Facts.
Wow.
Okay. So, I guess I'm still trying to understand, like, so you're dating someone, if this is in the context of being hyper masculine, right? Hyper toxic masculine. I don't know if that's a
Hyper
word.
toxic.
A toxic hype. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So when you are dating someone, it's purely just for the sake of, and this is a general assumption, right?
Consistent sex.
There's for the sex, the
Consistent.
body
Consistent.
count.
No, consistent.
No.
sex. Guaranteed
Candace.
sex. Guaranteed sex. More often than not, men are just dating for guaranteed
For the
sex.
guaranteed sex.
And
Because-
competition.
No, not even.
No, just the regular because
Yeah.
your hand ain't it anymore. You just want.
You're tired of your hand, bro. You get tired, bro.
So then, when men are then presented with, because I think there's a lot of emphasis on molding the girl child, right? And there's a lot of teaching of sensitivities and
Yes.
preparing them to be emotional, intelligent beings.
Making
what
space
sort
for
of-
other people.
Yeah, like I'm curious to
Taking
know
care
like
of
what
other people.
challenges then are presented to a hyper toxic man when he's then in connection with a strong independent woman who's like, I need these things, being emotional vulnerability from you in a relationship.
Then what?
I am asking PhD questions.
See,
Yes, I
The
know.
thing is, men are very emotional. If not, they were more emotional
Ah,
than women.
100%.
Exactly. Football
100%.
matches.
100%.
I
So
100%
I
agree.
think this whole thing of being emotionless or being taught to not be as vulnerable comes and stems from that, and just to protect yourself as a gent. Because once here's the thing: once that cap is off, once the walls are broken down for
Right.
a man, and now they're vulnerable, and then you end up hurting him. You know that man's gonna carry that hurt.
Forever.
Why?
Men carry.
Also, why? Why do you
men
carry
carry
it forever? Guys,
grudges,
It's emotion.
guys.
It's emotion.
yes. Cry if you need to. Go punch a wall. Go to the gym. Do some punches here and there.
Take
go
it
to
out
the
on external
shooting range.
objects and
Do
not
stuff,
us.
bro.
Yeah.
Just get over
No,
it.
men
Go
do.
to therapy. There's
men
so
do.
many things
some
to
men,
do.
Some men do. Some of them go to the gym, they hit it up, they change their physiques, they go up, and then now the next woman is like, oh, because this other one hurt me. Oh, unfortunately, sweetheart, you're gonna have to pay the price.
Sweetheart.
Nah,
Yeah. You're gonna
have to
it's
pay the
that
price.
song. It's that Music Soul Child song, Previous Cats. The one where he says, I'm not to blame for the pain that was caused by previous cats. He was talking to his girlfriend at the time.
Okay.
Because she was treating him like shit because she was treating him like shit because she was hurt before. He's like, babes, no.
Yeah.
I'm not these niggas from
Yeah.
your past. I'm a new nigga. At least
Yeah.
give me a chance.
Right.
So niggas should forget about grade 3
See-
Naledi
No,
who hurts you.
no, the thing is,
You 36, bro.
thing
You
is,
36.
you don't
grade
understand.
3.
You don't understand. The transformation is so great They've forgotten about this person long ago. They've grown out of this person, but you've molded into a completely different man now.
Right.
Because of this pain. You've carried this pain, and you use this pain to mold you into this person. Maybe you changed your physique. Maybe you grew out your beard. Maybe you got it. You know, you started studying and got a great job, and now you're just not even the same person you were. You're just a different man now.
But then why still hold on to Naledi?
He doesn't know. Subconsciously, he doesn't know that this is where it stems from. Hence why therapy and stuff is needed to know where this attitude and where this, I don't even want to say entitlement, where this energy came from.
Yeah. I didn't even want to call it trauma because
it's definitely trauma.
Probably is trauma.
It is trauma.
Probably is trauma.
Yeah. No, it is trauma just because it wasn't grade 3. At the time, he was 9.
Yeah.
All he knew was 9-year-old things.
Yes.
So it was painful, yes.
Right.
But you are 36.
And you're still holding on to grade 3 things. Hey?
So
and also, like, if we're talking back about the mental health aspect, it's tough nowadays.
Yeah.
Because now we're all looking for companionship, guys. Like, it's lonely in this world, man. This world is immersive.
It's winter. Electric blankets are not enough, especially
and
with
there's load shedding.
Yeah, so it's rough.
It's lonely in the world, and as we get older, we start losing friends. Either distance, whatever. You stop talking to them. It doesn't have to be beef.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to look to settle down with someone. Whether you guys get married or not, it's up to you guys and what you believe in. But you're gonna have to settle down with someone. And now, the older you get, the more desperate you seem to become.
I feel you.
This is true.
I feel you.
Because people tend to settle when they get older.
People settle a lot. Even these people that chase men with money, men that chase trophy wives, it's desperation. No one wants you, bro.
Azan.
I guess that's how we move to our next feature, right? So
let's do the thing.
Let's talk about actual lived experiences where we have this new feature where we read people's stories. And if you would like your story to be featured anonymously, of course, please make sure to either slide into our Instagram DMs or I'll throw it over to Lungi to explain the podcast email. But
so
she'll probably forget.
Our email is hello@WT.
It's not at. It's hello.wtr podcast.
You know what?
At gmail.com. You know what? Just go on our Instagram and click the contact.
Past 2 episodes.
Click the contact button and the email will come up and send us your lovey dove, lovey love stories. Alrighty, so we have our love story.
Love
and it
story
reads as following: boyfriend is depressed, pessimistic, and unmotivated to change. I'm 25 and he's 25. They're both 25. Okay. Dating for 2 years. I'm very committed to our relationship and love him, and he's the same way. We're both following the same artistic career path and always worked amazingly together. So when we started dating, I thought we'd be able to collaborate and work on projects together. First mistake. He struggled with depression since he was a teen. He tried medication last year, but it had tons of side effects and didn't totally work, so he ended up quitting after 3 months. I understand this. I've had stretches of depression before, but the difference between me and him is that I'm constantly trying to improve to find a better way to live. He refuses medication and counseling, always promises you'll start working out, but never does. I know exercise is a great combatant for depression, and although he goes along with my little schemes, I'm always researching new alternative cures. He won't actually take any vitamins unless I physically give them to him every day.
Oh, what baby boy.
Not...
Oh, what?
Wow. Not only that, but when I try initiate anything like planning a trip or asking to collaborate on a writing project, he barely has any interest. And unless I essentially sit down with him and say, right now, we're going to work on our vacation plan, he just sort of drifts away and goes back on the computer. He's extremely pessimistic and unmotivated and always complaining about his job, but not trying to find a new one. A lack of friends, but never making the effort to go out to hang out with them. And he never writes, but then doesn't, he never writes, but then he doesn't put any effort to do so. I understand that he is clearly clinically depressed, but he doesn't even seem like he wants to get better. I feel like the only option is for me to basically babysit him and totally figure out his life for him.
That's
in
not
order
the only
for
option.
anything to
You're 25,
happen.
my sister, please.
That's not the only option.
Please.
My sister, please.
He does work extremely hard at his job, So it's not like he's a total recluse, but he doesn't seem to care to do anything other than what's required. But what's required is collaborating, vacation plan, don't you think?
In the relationship, I think she's saying. He doesn't do what's required in the relationship. He does what's required. He does the bare minimum
just to get
his life.
His salary.
Yeah, just to get his salary, and that's it. All the other avenues are just fucking.
I'm extremely motivated person and really idealistic. I love sitting down and planning new projects or figuring out how we can travel together around the world and then actually following through and doing these things. His indifference is making it really hard for me to do this, and I feel like I'm fighting him every step of the way when I'm just trying to make our life better. His behavior fluctuates between this and then getting super depressed every few days and apologized to me for being such a bad boyfriend and is miserable and just lying around in bed. I've had a hard time engaging in any sort of sexual activity now, which only makes him more depressed. I just feel cheated, I guess. He's not trying to get better, and I'm spending so much time trying to help him when he doesn't seem to care. We have all these big talks about him getting help and what we can do, and then nothing happens. Anyone who's been through this or has any advice, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, so I heard a lot about her suggestions. Did she ask him what he would like to do? Number one. That's what I was identifying.
Yes, number one.
She was throwing all of what she wants, thinking that what I think is going to make you better. But did you actually sit down and ask him, hey, what do you want to do? You're talking about his dreams and stuff. Like, don't weaponize his dreams.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Azan.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
That's gonna make him more depressed, because now you're reminding him that he's failing each day to meet up to that. You're reminding him of failure. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Didn't she say at a point that I keep giving him all these suggestions, but he seems to not want to.
He'll seem interested, and then
ask him.
Yeah,
that's
no,
fair.
you're right.
No, this
You're
is very
fair.
fair. No, I agree with you.
You've not and you love him. I can hear that
right.
in the way she's writing that now you love this man.
Yeah.
But hear him out.
He is a whole human being at the end of the day.
Hear
so
him
she
out.
is just taking.
If he's avoiding friends, there might be a reason to that. But because you didn't identify it. You haven't identified because you haven't asked. You just like, oh, he's not going out with friends. Oh man, you're just complaining more to him. And now you feel like a nag to him, and now in his head it's just like
she feels like a mother to him, because the point where she said she's physically giving him vitamins, I was like, first of all, no, nah.
He has. No, we
like
don't
we
assume,
must sit down. We must sit down and we are doing this now.
An artist,
we are planning this trip
he can
now.
plan schedules. I'm sure he can incorporate when he should take vitamins that are important for him. But that is an important thing you bring up, right? Because often we often just take in the role and just saying, okay, something's going wrong with our partners, we'll just do everything. And we don't even have that conversation and saying, what can we do to, like, what do you want? You know? Like, actually putting you in the center and saying, what is it do you think that will get you out of this rut?
And also, don't rush him. You see, now, the thing is, I can see that she's a person that she'll probably ask him, and then like, okay, let's do it now.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you want to do this? Let's do it now.
Yeah.
Relax. Like,
let's take time.
Whoa.
So, okay. It seems to me that their personalities are also very different.
Clashing, yeah.
It's a so it makes me wonder how they even got together in the first place.
Yeah.
When
their career.
Definitely.
A lot of exposure to one another. Chemistry will fool people. Sometimes chemistry is just one explosion. Boom. Now you think that now I can create something. It's just sometimes it's just an explosion. Once off for a few months, then it's done.
Because 2 years.
And this is your complaints, man.
In the 6 months, did you not see any of this?
No, sometimes that's why I said, did she ask him? Did she she's making it seem like this came out of nowhere. It may have always been present because you weren't observing. You were just saying like, oh, I get along with this man now. Let's plan our wedding
is sunshine,
and let's plan our wedding and shit. Let's have 2 kids. Have you actually? Do you know this man?
Yeah.
Does he want that? Also? Yeah. Does he want kids? Does he want marriage?
Besides that,
does he want to build with you?
Do you know this man? No. What if he does? Maybe he does. But do you know him?
Yeah. But we don't know. It would have been great to hear his side of the story.
I agree. But also, I think what we need to affirm in this person is that they are doing their job in supporting this person, right? But I think they've overextended themselves, right? And they have failed to recognize that this person is a human being. Granted that they are going through clinical depression, they can make their own decisions, unless it's like that life-threatening thing we mentioned where it's a compromise and it's maybe like an ultimatum type of thing.
Where it's life or death.
Sounds like she's not entirely sure what to do. Like, does she continue holding on, or is there something, like, what does she do? I'm curious to know, does he go to therapy? Like, are these things that he's speaking about with someone where he can find his own way? Because there's a codependency that can be formed here, right? You will always rely on the fact that, oh, my girlfriend's got my back, she's got my vitamins, she's going to make my meals. And then at some point when she makes the decision to say, you know what, you're your own human being, that thing can create the tension. So she's feeling guilty where she probably feels like she's doing too much and that too much is not enough because there's no results. But then she's also not recognizing at the point that this person is a human being.
I have a question, but I want to ask it in such a way that doesn't make me sound like an asshole.
Girl.
That's awesome, my sister.
How?
Girl.
Is it?
Girl.
Girl? What is the English?
Say it with your chest. Pula Musa.
when you're dating someone, is it bad to say, I don't want to date a person with mental health issues, number one? Number two, is it wrong to say that people mustn't date if they haven't
recovered?
Not even recovered, just are working on their mental health issues. Because, I mean, you're raw dogging life and then you want to get into a relationship, you know what I mean?
You know, it's a touch and go. It depends on the severity of what this person's going through. Because there's some illnesses, like if we're being honest, loving a person was not going to help. Yeah. It's not going to help them at all. Because now they're going to, instead of treating themselves, they're going to be not even codependent. They're going to be extremely dependent on this relationship. Guilt trip you and basically manipulating you into staying even when you want to go. That's a very dangerous thing. So you're not wrong in saying that, but people, there's a difference between someone suffering from anxiety and then someone suffering from depression.
You can get severe forms of anxiety though, right?
No, but I'm saying, but it's like two different things.
Yes,
two different
mental
things,
health conditions vary.
One is like depression, even mild, also it's probably. But even with anxiety, it's like it's not on the same level as this one.
And then you also have bipolar disorder. You also have,
And then some people it's crazy. So like it really depends on which area of mental health you're touching on when you say I don't want someone that has mental health issues. It really depends. Because I feel like everyone has their own, whether you are aware of it or not. Is something else, but we all have our own. It may not be an issue now, but it can become an issue later. Some of them are dormant. Until you get to a later stage. Some people only develop it like after, like with women, I've read on cases where they only started developing things after they've given birth because now they can't accept their body's changed, the biology is not the same. I can't shed this pregnancy weight now, I'm depressed. Can you see? It depends on which stage in your life and when it comes.
So then what now when that happens? Later on now, because there's two ways that this can play out, right? The one partner can develop a mental health issue along the way, and then the other partner will just support them through it, whatever, cool. Or the other partner would be like,
look, I think this is where you disclose boundaries in the upfront, but there is that element of you, like mental health can just spring on you no matter what event. I mean, I have a friend who I've called him out for his problematic ways, where he'd say, I will never date someone with BPD.
What's that?
Bipolar disorder.
Okay.
And it was purely because his previous relationship, he did date someone with BPD, and she was very emotionally abusive.
That's his PTSD.
But that is his PTSD, and he is assuming that everyone who has BPD is like that, right? And I think we need to understand that people can be like it varies, and people can be on the spectrum. It's not always just severe and volatile as people assume, right? So I think you shouldn't. I don't want to be cliche and say don't judge a book by its cover, right? But I think there is an element where you have to be open to and understanding that everyone has their own things that they're going through. We all have our own shit that we're going through, but we're all deserving of love.
Okay, so now I want you guys. I want you guys to answer as yourselves. I want you to answer as yourselves, not as like the general public.
Okay.
As Candace, as Lale, are you going to be with a person with mental health issues?
Yes.
Depends who.
What are the boundaries? What are the things that you're willing to accept or not willing to accept?
As long as it doesn't hurt me, like physically, because there's some people that have those instances where they
physically hurt people.
Yeah,
right.
Now you're hurting me, and if you. It's gonna sound hard saying this, but if you're financially now draining the both of us, because now we have to treat you, and now there doesn't seem to be a light at the end of this tunnel.
Being a sponsor to this person because of what their condition.
Because remember, at the end of the day, you're a stranger. I don't really owe you nothing. Bro.
Exactly.
So now
dropping hard truth.
Just a sidebar before Candace answers her.
Yeah.
Like this is a chat on Twitter. So
a
woman left her husband. She was saying, like, she was so descriptive of her husband, saying, "Oh, he's so loving. No man has ever loved me." But you still left him because you didn't have money.
Oh, okay.
And then this other man left his wife because after having 3 kids and stuff, she wasn't beautiful in his eyes anymore.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
See already you can see. The energy is not the same. The same.
No, wait.
Doesn't mean he doesn't love this woman.
No.
It's not pretty in his eyes anymore.
No.
You know when he touches this stuff, disgust. It's like, oh man.
Let's go back to the woman. The woman that left the man. Did he have money and then he lost it?
No, he just
never had.
He's just a normal.
He just never had money.
No, he's just not like he doesn't have money. He's just a normal.
No, Pella, in her eyes,
middle class man. Like she thought he was gonna level up. I think that's what we all assume people are gonna level.
Yeah,
who says this? I keep asking people like, who says we're gonna level up? This might be the shit you earn until the way you die. This might be the things you earn until you die.
Right? It's the potential.
What potential?
But here's where the difference lies, because it would have been a very different conversation.
Why is he a demon? He was demonized for his decision, but the woman
no.
He was demonized.
Let me finish.
Like this woman left her loving husband.
Let me finish. Right? He didn't have money to begin with. In her eyes, right? We're talking about her eyes.
No, that's not what she said. She just didn't have enough for her, what she wanted.
Yes, and he didn't have enough from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So nothing changed.
Not much changed, yeah.
Nothing changed.
Okay.
The man who left the woman because of her body, of her beauty, of her giving him 3 kids from her body that is not beautiful anymore. That is very different.
Are you really
That is very different.
Don't let me take my Nike
That is very different.
Don't let me take this off.
We had sex together for these children to happen, and now you're saying I'm not beautiful. Why? You're fucking.
But look,
is it really?
But look at the decision making in both of them. It's still both selfish. None of them.
It's both selfish. However,
you don't know what this man sacrificed to put this woman. Imagine you have
we're talking about sacrifice. Let's talk about
a marriage of
sacrifice.
20 years. A marriage of 20 years. A marriage
3
of 20
kids. You want to talk about sacrifice?
But she's left you and that family. Like, what if this man had kids too? Now you've dumped me. You saying I'm broke. You've dumped me with these kids, and you've gone to marry a rich nigga that you don't love simply because he's rich.
This
woman.
Don't marry for love.
I want us to compare with the same thing.
Didn't they say love is not enough in a marriage?
I want us to compare with the same thing.
Love is
it's
not
the same thing.
Love is thing is. See now, the man he was betting on this woman to secure him as well. Let's have faith in me, bro.
Didn't she secure his legacy with kids?
No, that's not what legacy is that, bro.
3 kids. That's a legacy.
You don't know if they're all girls or not, bro.
It's still a legacy.
My legacy is not something that simply because kids are born, they're going to inherit my legacy. That's not my legacy.
What is it?
What I forge. It's me. It's on me, bro.
Okay.
It's on me, bro.
Isn't your kids an extension of you?
They don't have to follow my legacy. That's the thing that people need to understand. My kids don't have to do a damn thing. First of all, me bringing them into this world is a selfish decision. Now they must be acting in on stuff. I must now go in your legacy. What if I don't want to become? What if I don't want to go to gym, daddy? What if I want to do? What if I want to do ballet? What if I want to? You know? Now I must play rugby because my dad got rugby. Now I must have tattoos because my dad had tattoos. Like, come on, like that's. Can you see?
Yeah.
That's no one needs that.
Okay.
So Candace, your answer?
My answer. Yes, I would date someone with a mental health condition. I even hate using. I don't even like using not issues. Not
stipulation.
Just rather say condition. But there would have to be like conditions in certain things of like you are going to therapy. You are, if you have a severe form and it requires medication, you are responsible in taking that medication
Yes.
frequently. You are financially independent to take care of yourself. Like I should see like you are handling yourself in the right way. Yes, you'll
by yourself. Without
yes,
me.
you'll
Without
have your
me.
downs and lows. Like I have a downs and lows. Like everyone else has their downs and lows. But if you are a good human being and we are compatible and you are my type, I'm not going to not date you because you have a condition.
I agree. That would be my answer. That, and to add on to that, I do feel like everyone has some form of mental health issue, some form of PTSD, some form of trauma, whatever. My thing is, people need to go to therapy. I feel like we all need it. We all need to recognize that
There's a step
our
we need to take before that,
childhoods,
though.
which is what?
Like
Destigmatize therapy.
Oh yeah. That's level 0.
Yeah.
Level 0.
Yeah.
Right.
Once we start there.
Level 0.
Yeah.
First of all, why isn't this like instead of LO and things that waste our time at school?
yeah.
Like
listen.
take me to therapy, bruh.
Here's our next president.
Don't get me started on the curriculum.
Literally, there's an hour of kids, high schoolers there, especially high schoolers, where that's the time in your life where you're most influenced by nonsense.
100%.
And you're telling me they don't put therapy as mandatory for these
Nix.
children. Then they
Especially
wonder
when
why. Then they wonder why they're going to street corners, smoking weed, taking crack,
Especially when
drinking.
they're transitioning from young adolescence into almost adult. Yeah, from childhood to young adolescence.
See, even the government, like even I told Ulungi about an incident where children in grade 3 were drinking whiskey.
Grade 3.
And you're telling me this kid now first of all now you expect now this, because the way the system is made the way it is, you're expecting these children to somehow make something of themselves, but you're already drinking at 9. There's no future here, but you're not gonna put them through therapy. Instead, and even in the system now, they push people. Like if you're in grade 1 and you don't even know how to write your name, they're gonna push you to grade 2. You're finished. The system's designed you to fail. I can't write my name, bruh, but I'm going to grade 2.
The 30% pass rate is designed to make people fail.
You can only fail once per phase. So if you failed in grade school, you can't fail again until grade 4. Then you fail in grade 4, then you fail, and then you get pushed until you're in grade 8. Now you're in grade 8. You're a grade 8 person that's probably what, 16 years old now. You don't know how to write your name properly. You don't know math that well. Like let's say you are from some other part. You don't even know English properly.
Right.
Okay.
Now you expect this person that's in grade 8 to make
Who's
something
16.
of themselves when I've already been drinking since 9 and I'm not educated enough to even be in the grade I'm in.
Dang.
But this is the system.
I probably have a child also,
You see?
which is another cycle.
That's why I
It's a
say
vicious
with mental,
cycle.
so now how do we address mental health when the system doesn't even want to acknowledge it exists in children?
The
That's
curriculum
true.
is such a big topic for me because that whole thing it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Life orientation should include mental
Therapy.
health,
Yes.
therapy, sexual education.
Yes.
In fact, sexual education from like
yeah.
toddlers.
Yeah.
They must know about
Not calling it
consent,
PP
Jay.
cookie.
I get it. Angie doesn't like it. They see kids kiki, they're laughing, they're giggling when they hear penis in grade 4.
You
Then
see,
they're like, no, we shouldn't teach these kids. No, we're encouraging them to have sex. No one.
Nigga.
No, if a grade 3 person
then
is
they
drinking
get,
whiskey,
then they get molested and they don't know how to explain what just
Yeah.
happened to them.
Yeah.
Come on.
Now this is becoming political.
Anyway, to finish
political
my
because
answer,
it ties in.
What the political podcast?
to finish
Yeah.
my answer,
Yeah.
I feel like everyone does have a form of a mental health thing that they're going through. It's just that I need them to take ownership of their mental health thing and take care of it. That's just it. That is just take care of you. Like have ownership of your life. Like know what you've been through. Know your toxic traits. Work on your toxic traits. Don't be like, yeah, I know I'm this person. That just accept me for who I am. No,
Yeah.
we can all be great human beings if we wanted to. If
I
he wants to,
agree.
if he will. If
I
she
agree.
wants to, she will.
I agree. So final wrap up, because it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Oh, it's such a long thing.
It's such a long
That's
thing.
what she said. You know, we're gonna give you the opportunity to wrap it up.
yeah.
That's what
Always wrap
he
it up.
said.
Always wrap it up.
Please tell the Majitas listening to this, watching this, what they should prioritize for their own mental health.
I'm gonna ask a question to you guys before I answer this. When
Okay.
was the last time you saw a man cry? And when was the last time you saw a woman cry? The big difference, huh?
A man cry, I would say, and it was purely because of the pain I've subjected them to. But
Now I'll tie it to the answer.
No, not that. That's
oh,
different. That's
okay.
different.
I saw
not
a man
that.
cry this Monday.
This Monday.
Yeah.
What from? What happened?
My boyfriend and I were having a very deep conversation, and
You got triggered.
Hey.
You got triggered. Did he
He
get
got
triggered?
triggered.
Well, I mean, the content of the conversation made him feel hopeless. You know, we were struggling to find a solution into the current issue we're having, and so he didn't want to give up, but he also felt frustrated. So there were tears in his eyes.
No, but did he cry?
No.
Like rolling.
I'm saying cry. I'm saying I'm saying
no.
cry.
Wow,
God.
it's been years.
See?
It's been years.
See now.
But also a woman as well. Like, yeah, also
Yes.
it's been quite some time. Yeah.
But you're more likely to see a woman cry. than a
That's
man.
true.
This
I can attest to that.
yes and no. But
I'm not saying crying of petty tears. Or
Yeah.
nothing.
no, not
Cry
petty
like,
tears, just like yee, crying yee. Yeah, definitely.
So let me tell you what men do. See, men were taught to not be emotional, right? But then, like in situations like a relationship, let's say you've frustrated your girl, whether you've been cheating or whatever, she's tired of your nonsense, whatever it may be, she wants to leave. Now you start to weaponize your emotions. Now you start crying. Now you start these tears. Now suddenly you can cry, nigga.
That's manipulative.
Suddenly you can
Suddenly
cry.
you can
Suddenly
cry.
you have emotions now.
Now, suddenly you can cry. Men like doing that. So it's very hard for most women to tell whether it's a manipulative tactic or you're genuinely feeling pain because I might leave you or
Right.
whatever.
When was the last time you cried?
Yesterday.
Okay.
Yesterday. I'm very much in tune with my emotions.
I like that.
Very
Like
much.
yee crying, like tears rolling
Yeah,
down crying.
like frustration. Career frustration, life frustration.
Okay.
Because it's just like, damn. Then I went to gym and I felt better.
Yeah.
You see?
These guns.
You see?
So,
guys,
what is
go to the
your
gym.
final thoughts in
Men,
concluding the conversation?
men should just be more respectful of themselves.
Love
the thing
yourself
is,
first.
because it feels like what we discussed today is we were doing stuff because of patriarchy. We're doing something because some old men, many eons ago, told us this is how a man should be. Focus on yourself, bro. Like even if society says and daughter must do this, dog.
Yeah.
Be your own.
You don't even have to tell us the people. Just tell the person. You may love a woman or a man depending on your sexuality, and you just tell them this is me. This is how I was set up. If you don't like how it's set up, like I may not be balling or I may not have this or may not have that. This is me. Whether you choose to stay or not please don't make it on me. Like I forced you, I tricked you into this. This
Yes.
is me. This is who I am. So respect yourself to be able to be proud of yourself and not be ashamed of it.
So when can we expect a church? When are you opening a church?
There won't be a church. That's the thing. Niggas don't gonna listen though.
Start a movement at least. The ultimate man. And it's not a gym.
See, that's
fitness
pressure
program.
already. That's already pressure
It
already.
is.
The ultimate man.
And the you must be. The ultimate man is you.
Think of it like this. Look at Russell Wilson, the husband of Sierra.
Yes, he is.
He gets clowned all the time for just being a good husband.
Yeah.
And he is such
A present father.
great guy.
Present
Yeah.
father for
He's
even
not
kids that
a
aren't.
simp at all.
Yeah.
At all.
You see,
at all.
this destigmatized this simping thing. The simping, what people say is simping now and what simping is are two different things. Simping,
Exactly.
Simping is when a woman's rejected you, but you're still over
Doing
loving
the
her.
things, yes.
Now you're over loving her. She like this woman doesn't love you. Bro.
Like love bombing, yeah.
It's like you rejected, but you don't want to accept you're rejected.
Right.
Now you're her servant. You've become her mirror, her personal mirror, and you've become her servant.
Yes.
Right.
Now she's
You
not
kiss her feet.
exactly. You worship her. That's a simp. Not loving your wife for fuck's sake. That's not a being a
agree.
simp. Loving your wife and loving your girlfriend is not being a simp.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So my final thoughts is men just be more open up. Obviously guard your heart. Don't now
Yeah.
wear your heart on your sleeve because this world is cold, brothers.
Yeah.
But just be yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself. if you thing is, I like wrestling and stuff. I'm not afraid of that. People be like, oh, we haven't watched wrestling since 2000. What? I'm like, I don't care though. That's on you.
Like
that's
what you like.
This is my thing.
Your problem,
this is me. This is me. Don't be ashamed of the things you like. Don't be ashamed of your situation. Because I feel like most men put themselves under pressure because I'm just like, oh, I'm not balling. What's the rush, brothers? And the thing is, again, who says things are gonna get better? Just be happy with where you are. Like, you're not dead. You may not be suffering. Wherever you are in life, just be proud of yourself, brothers.
Yeah.
And pat yourself on the back here and there, because no one else is. Trust me, no one else is gonna pat your back but you. Don't rely on people. Rely on yourself, and you should be grand.
Pat your back. Pat your own back. Keep it moving. Also, pat our podcast, please, by hitting that like button.
Yes, please like,
and
comment, subscribe.
Like,
give
comment,
us 5
subscribe.
stars.
5
Rate
stars.
this podcast. Give us the love, man.
Love.
Give us the love.
Love, love, love.
Give us the love.
Love, love, love. But on that note, thank you so much for joining us, especially on this very critical and important topic for Men's Month. And
Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. You gotta say the whole thing.
No, it's too long.
That's what she said.
But on that note, from me, Candace,
and me, Lungi,
and
the ultimate champion,
we are out.
Bye.